Grandma Naked Studios, back for another one. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. This tech sell-off happening in the stock market, I'm in shambles. It's destroying me and my future. I don't even know how to respond to it. You know, if I only had like a direct link to Elon, I want to get my mind off of it. So I kind of want to explore a more imaginary space today, right? I don't want to focus on the tangible losses that I'm drowning in. I don't know how to approach it. I did consider a few things. I dove into the internet. I reached out to my contacts. I felt around for the wet spot. And this is where I am. I'm going to have my tarot cards read by a Puerto Rican comedian from New York City. Welcome to Deadass. Because that's what I'm left with. Enjoy the show. If someone wants to book you for a reading, how would they do it?
I have a website. It's looseshadows.com, L-U-Z, shadows with 2 S's at the end, .com, which is, the reason I chose that name is like loose means light in Spanish, and then shadows, and it's just kind of showing the duality of life, like kind of just harnessing. I feel like my readings kind of are more life coaching than like fortune telling.
We need another life coach. Good. Now, I know that I have to come in with this with a little bit of a focus. You can't just like pull cards and say, "Did you know you were gay?" So I have to have a question or something, no?
No, you don't have to. I don't.
No.
The way I actually do readings is that I don't typically do them like face to face like this. I have done them before like that. But what I typically do is I actually record them on YouTube as an unlisted link, and then I send it to the person like without them there. And
so what connection do you have then to the end user? I guess like if you're mentally presently thinking about that person and flipping, that's all it takes?
Yeah, it's all intuitive. I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not a humble person, so I'm a very in tune person, like when it comes to energy, like intuition, and so my readings are intuitive based. Like, yeah, I can use like the technical terms for the cards, but sometimes I just look at the card and it's telling me something completely different, and I just go with that instead.
It's honest. If I'm gonna have you read my cards, it's your world, and I'm living in it for that moment. So, I could dig that honestly. I am not humble. That's like how Elon Musk moves, and I love that because he's daddy. So
I like to consider myself daddy too.
You can be if you got my future in there, you know. But then I'm like, if you're supposed to tell me my future and you couldn't anticipate that you were late for the show.
I could not. I mean, I could have because I'm late to everything. So I was late to open mic.
It's Latin late. How do we begin this? Because I'd like to do this the right way.
It's up to you. I set out a couple of decks to see how you want to do it. Because I know you were like kind of focused on the tarot. But usually what I do is I do Oracle first to get like a feel of the energy.
Yep.
And then I go into the tarot. Are you cool with that? Or do you
Absolutely.
Want to go straight to... Okay.
It's your world.
Do it. So I already did like my little prayer before you called me. So we're just going to go into shuffling.
There's praying involved? I love it.
Yeah, I have like a little prayer just kind of to make sure the energy's clean.
I'll let you have your prayer. Don't you worry about it. Sometimes I feel so woke. Like, I remember one time I was working and like right by my window there was this guy who he got like on all fours in like this weird shady corner right outside my window. And luckily I didn't snitch and I realized he was praying, and because I kept it to myself, I'm like, I got folded into some of the goodwill.
A great person.
Yep.
Just for minding your damn business.
Yeah, I'm like, you peep that one, Allah? I'm gonna keep it loud and clear. I'm on your side.
For staying in your damn lane.
I mean, yeah, because who knows which religion it is, So I just want to sleep on the fence through the rest of my life.
You're right. My cards are about to fuck you up for doubting them.
Yeah.
Or for doubting me.
That's amazing. So, if you can shuffle those things are big as Pop-Tarts, and you can shuffle them. I can't shuffle regular cards.
I can't shuffle, like, people, like, kind of shuffle, like, poker style, I can't shuffle them.
You're like shuffling fucking I Spy books.
Yeah, I shuffle, and I just wait until one flips out, and that's the one That's the one. I already have some cards that came out though.
Yeah. Did you feed your Tamagotchis, by the way?
Oh, my kids aren't here.
Okay, money. I like that.
My kids are not here. Yeah, so my Tamagotchis, I'm gonna call them that. They probably won't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, maybe they came back, right? Tamagotchis.
Nah, they came back the way Pokemon came back. Like it's, you know. Well, actually, no.
Well, my kids are kind of nerds. Kind of. They're really big fucking nerds.
Yeah,
so.
no. You've posted like a few. I'm like, one of your sons is like 2 years away from turtlenecks and glasses and just telling everyone how to live. I've seen it. They're wise boys.
Speaking of turtlenecks and glasses, he's actually done a project at school about Steve Jobs. So.
Wow.
And wore a turtleneck and glasses and did his presentation barefoot because Steve Jobs used to do his meetings barefoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he have like a religious name? It's usually kids like Ishmael or some shit that are like that.
Maximus.
Of course.
Set the bar kind of high. I actually
you named your son Max because you're goofy. Huh.
From the movie Gladiator, to be honest.
I like that.
Okay. So I'm actually getting here. You're actually very divinely protected. You're very protected. I don't know if like you've ever been in situations where you're like, I don't know how the hell I got out of that, but wow, my
unemployment's still coming, so yeah. There's probably that.
I'm definitely you're super protected.
So my guardian angel's working overtime. I like that.
Whatever you're smoking, I'm about to light a bogey. So,
if your fortune teller still refers to cigarettes as bogeys, explore your options. You mean like a Lucy, like a Newport?
Yeah, bogey. I mean,
I quit smoking in September, so I'm on this fuckboy shit right here.
Yeah, I'm not. I actually, those things make me cough a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
That they did the same to me too. You know, I smoked Newports for 10 years, and then the month I quit.
I'm sorry, but when I think of Newports, I think of crackheads in Brooklyn, like. But okay.
You could you could call them black people. So. You know what it is? It's just that's what they sell individual. Like when I didn't want to buy packs.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And then I quit September 1st, not even knowing that I was weeks away from when fucking Governor Newsom rolled menthol cigarettes into the whole flavored tobacco ban. I'm like, are you trying to get black people to move out of California? But Newports are banned. They're like illegal here. There's no
menthol,
Newports.
Really?
Menthol, period, is now considered a fucking jewel kiwi.
Well, I know, like now the jewel, same here. The jewels, they only do this tobacco flavor.
Yeah, the fun.
So I want to do the fucking bogey. So
do it.
Is it? Maybe it's a New York thing to call them bogeys.
It is. It is absolutely.
So I'm definitely I'm getting the very. But honestly, I'm not surprised because you're Cuban. Like, you guys are very, very, even if you're not, like, your ancestors and stuff like that are all up in your business. Definitely feeling a lot of, like, ancestral energy with you. But like
celestial coddling?
Yeah. Not my baby.
I just did my 23andMe, so maybe they're just like, oh, he's about to fucking learn. By the way, if you're Caribbean, don't do the 23andMe. It's like the slave trade on paper for you. It's fucking stupid.
Right.
We all get the same shit.
I haven't done it.
It's gonna fucking say 12% African, 87% Spaniard. Did you learn anything? No. And and then it tries to have you link.
Like I already fucking know. Like my family is multicolored. I already know. I know the vibes.
Yeah. It could just say beige. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, and I'm kind of getting this feeling of like, don't worry too much. I feel like you tend to overthink things a lot, to the point, and like the way that energy works is when you worry things, it kind of pushes it away. When you're just kind of like in the moment, present, just like be a magnet, allow things to come to you instead of thinking about it so much, because when you think about things, you push them away.
Yeah. I like this pro ADHD lifestyle you're selling because I've been leaning into it. Yeah.
Lean into it.
That's how I'm getting it. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, it definitely justifies procrastinating, I feel like, a little bit, but definitely just staying grounded, meditating if you can, yoga, stuff like that, even if it's just at home. But things to kind of keep you centered, because I feel like sometimes you may get a little, just like I said, too much in your head, a lot. I like literally see like about, because I guess I can explain that after, but I'm clairvoyant and I'm clairaudient, so that means I like kind of get visions, and I also hear, not like Harley Quinn hear voices, but like Gary
Busey hear voices.
Right.
And they're just like, ah! Yeah.
Yours are for sure.
Yeah.
Your spirits are definitely yelling like that. But like I said, the thinking, it's literally creating like this bubble of like blockages where it's like things are trying to come into you, like blessings and opportunities and stuff like that. But it's like, since you're overthinking, and it's the reason you overthink is actually because of control. Like, if you can get ahead of things by figuring out what your next step is and stuff like that, you
call it manifest.
Yeah, you, by doing that, it's a sense of control. So it's basically like, let go of control. Trust in yourself. Trust that if you're a magnet, things are just going to come to you. If you're not too worried about things, just trust, basically, is like the feeling that I'm getting right now.
So I can organize myself into demanifestation.
This card says micromanaging the universe. Like, that's, and I didn't even look at that card, swear to God. I was looking at this other one that had like a bubble around it. But yeah, you micromanage. You micromanage your life, like, by like trying to, like, if I can get ahead of everything, if I know if everything is just so, like, nothing wrong can happen. But it's like, sometimes we need things to go a little wrong, to go a little left before they go right. I know, it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought.
Yeah.
But sometimes things have to go a little wrong. Like, in the things that get a little fucked up, the way that I see it is that's where the lessons are. If everything's perfect, how can you really ever learn anything? When we, even like, right, with comedy, when we bomb, that's like, okay, we know, like, okay, let me work on that a little bit. But if we're hitting it every single time, we can't get better.
Yeah, we wish. We wish. Let me hit it every time and not get better. But we wish. And I feel what you're saying is like, invite the chaos, because that's where you're going to shine anyway. So don't dim your own light by trying to plan it.
Exactly. See, you're in tune already. You're in tune. But I'm also kind of getting like, you don't have to, I mean, I don't know like what you subscribe to, like, spiritually or whatever, but even if it's just like guided meditation or something, because some people have a really hard time with meditating, especially like I think I'm a lot like you in the sense that I also tend to overthink. And so when I get like, when the thoughts get too loud, I like to meditate to just kind of clear that. But sometimes I can't meditate because I'm like, how am I supposed to quiet my fucking mind? So I listen to guided meditations, because it'll, wow, yeah, your spirits are really strong. I'm gonna be honest.
Fuck out of here. You know that, so check this out. The only piece, I'm not a jewelry person. Other than that time when I was like 13 and I got massive studs from Cap City because I wanted to be fabulous at the quinceañera. I pulled the chain off of my pops when he was literally passing away. It's a chain he had forever, and he got from his own father, so a generation even before him. And there was like some kind of Santeria energy in those generations. And specifically, there's a Santeria saint on this chain called Caridad del Cobre. And it's like every few years.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
What? HowLetTheKid.com.
Crazy.
HowLetYourBoy.com spiritually.
Caridad del Cobre is basically Ochun, right? That's Ochun.
Osuna?
And that's my Orisha.
What's your urethra?
My Orisha.
Franklin?
That's my Orisha.
What's an Orisha? Because you gotta catch me up now.
So Orishas are the deities for Santeria. There's like Ochun, there's Chango, there's Yemaya, those are like the Elegua, Oba, there's all these different ones.
I need you now to answer this question. Have you ever sacrificed a chicken in a blue plastic bag?
Absolutely not. Okay. That is not. I'm a very loose practitioner.
I don't want to find your DNA in Weehawken, because that's where that goes down. Right next to where the guys dip cigarettes in embalming fluid and then revisit their dead uncles.
Not Newark. I don't know. I I always get corrected when I pronounce that city. No, but what I was gonna say is that on my way here, I kept seeing a lot of yellow. Like I'm very like when I'm taking a walk. I'm
Well, that's because you probably had a selfie camera on. Because Shorty, you're glowing.
You're annoying. No, but Ochun, her color is yellow, and her color is yellow. So that's kind of crazy because on my way here, I kind of was talking to her. I talk out loud a lot to my spirits, and I probably I mean, it's in New York. No one's gonna look at me crazy for talking out loud to myself, so that works for me.
Right. Yeah.
But I was talking out loud. I was like, Ochun, provide me guidance during this reading I'm going to do. Like, I've never done a reading for a podcast. I mean, I have, but it was not like this.
Okay.
It was like 3 cards, and they were laughing. I was like, okay, I'm over it. So I'm done. But yeah, Ochun is like, I literally like have a sunflower first. That's funny, that guy, and it makes sense. Your personality is very like Ochun. She's very like in the spotlight, likes, she's a star. Ochun is a star.
I'm also as feminine as it gets, so I feel that.
Huh?
I'm also as feminine as it gets. And to be Cuban, and I come from like serve the man first people.
I know, yeah, Cubans are definitely very into that, and but you're also a Libra, so Libra that is ruled by the planet Venus, which is a very aesthetic, all about beauty and pleasure, all about feeling good about yourself, the way you look and stuff like that. So
I had a spiritual friend. I recently, when I told them I was Libra, they're like, "Oh, it makes sense." Blah, blah, blah. And then I showed them my dad's chain. I'm like, "Oh, my pops was a Scorpio." And then they started asking me what time I was born.
Wow, that's crazy. So, okay, and you just told me your dad passed away, right?
And he was a Scorpio, and then they started looking up the time I was born, blah blah, and then they find out I'm a Scorpio.
Moon?
No.
Rising,
yeah.
So I got the death card, right? And it literally fell out as you were talking about your father. I got the death card, but the death card also represents Scorpios.
Fuck me. Fuck me in my spiritual gaping rectum, dude. This is wild.
Wow, this is pretty cool cards. So I got the Tower card, which is like, it's kind of a scary card in the sense that this is a card that represents basically your world kind of like crumbling down around you. The rug has been pulled out from under you.
That's when I bought Bitcoin a few days ago. Yeah, I got it.
You have to rebuild your foundation is the Tower card. It's about basically realizing that the things around you were not in your best interest, and the universe kind of forces you on your ass and says it's not that things are going wrong for you. It's just that you just have to strip everything down and build everything back up in the way that you want it to. And the death card is actually a very beautiful card because people, death card. No, but death card is actually something has to die for something new to come in.
Oh, no. That's the Robin Hood card right there. Fuck.
Yeah, it's
son of a bitch.
Got that app too?
I'm fucking waist deep.
Yeah, so it's, something has to die for something new to come in. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune card, which is also, and these are all major arcana. I don't know if when you were doing your research, there's major arcana and minor arcana. And major arcana is like the big main ones. And when those cards come out, especially all 3 of these cards are major arcana, that means what's happening, what's occurring right now, this is like divinely guided. This is karma. Like karma is playing out for you, but in a beautiful way. Like, literally everything is coming apart, and it's scary. That's scary, right? When something dies, it's scary, but like I said, there's layers being shedded right now.
Maybe
is that a word?
I just decided a week ago that I'm moving to Austin, Texas, and we're kind of like rushing it. I don't know if that my LA life and my pursuit here.
I was saying Wheel of Fortune card is like basically like the wheel is turning in your favor. Things are about to the way that I kind of see the Wheel of Fortune card is, for some reason I'm kind of imagining it like, like Stone Age, like wheel, like this big stone wheel, and it's like at the top of like a cliff or something, or a big hill, and it's like kind of like being pushed forward, and it's like starting to move, like basically that wheel is about to be pushed down, and things are going to be moving. Like
she said tipping point. She said it loud and clear. You heard her. You heard her live on the show. Grandma Naked Studios. Phil's going to be hitting his tipping point soon, and who knows? Now that the toppling that tower could be the kind of financial apocalypto I've leveraged myself into with crypto, or it can be how I am rush transitioning into an Icelandic third world country, which is Texas right now. So either way, we'll see.
Right. No, these are really, really great. This is a very, very beautiful spread. And like I said, I think basically what I'm kind of getting, the feeling that I'm getting from your spirit guides and your ancestors right now is that don't worry. Like, even though there's like these feelings of like maybe doubt, like, am I making the right decision? The way that I see it is like, just make a decision. Especially Libras, we are very indecisive people.
Sleep on a fence.
Yeah, I'm a Libra too, so
praise God, Buddha Allah.
We are very mashallah. These are very, very, very good cards. I'm tempted to get my other deck. These are
Let temptation reign.
Always. And like I said, I'm also Libra, ruled by Venus. I'm a little bit of a hedonist, to be honest. So if I feel like
chasing pleasure.
Oh yeah. So
she said, "Oh yeah." You didn't even. Dynamite.
I'm feeling guided to use these cards now. I was
gonna
go with my other pretty tarot deck, but I feel like these cards are gonna tell me more about your move. Tell me more about the moves that you're gonna make. These cards are much more like fortune telly.
No doomsday cards.
No these are not doomsday cards.
Fuck
these,
yeah, dude.
A little bit, but
you got a deck of tell me what I want to hear, and I like it.
I don't feel like it's gonna be doomsday, even though you're moving to doomsday. I can't make, because you're like just like Icelandic, and like the card I got literally has like an ice bear, like a polar bear with ice around it.
That's what it is. I'm gonna impoverish myself in a fucking winter, not wonderland.
No, but this card actually represents family to me. It represents setting good roots.
My girl's about to pull the goalie, so I think she's gonna kill the birth control. So fucking.
And no, I haven't gotten that card yet. But it's a very protective energy. Excuse me.
Damn, son. So I'm not really from the mud.
I feel like you may have like spirit animals, power animals, whatever you want to call it. I feel like you have a bear spirit animal.
And so bear means a negative term in the stock market. Son of a bitch. Mother of God.
Bears are actually, I have a book here actually.
No, nothing about bulls?
And this is just going to tell you more about yourself.
Fuck yeah.
Your personal freedom is of the highest priority, sometimes at the expense of others' approval, and you buck whenever someone tries to stifle you in any way. Even though you know how to travel to other like dimensions, and are you like a daydreamer kind of a little
Oh
bit?
my God, dude! I literally had every teacher in elementary school have to like meet my mother one-on-one and say, Phil doesn't stop daydreaming and playing with his fingers. Like I would daydream and self-manicure through all of social studies. And like I think they were literally embarrassed to call me out. They're like, this man is not even on this planet, and it's been 30 minutes, and I need his mother in here to see me face to face. So that was like until 6th grade. Until this one Italian teacher was like, he's gonna hit rock bottom, and my mom never forgot that. She was like, he said you're rock bottom, like you're gonna be in the gutter, you're gonna be in the gutter, and I never stopped hearing that. So I think that's when it maybe changed.
And yeah, it says you love to wander about just for the sake of exploring with no particular goal or agenda in mind, and you're a natural leader, and you evoke confidence in others. So that's cool.
Dude.
I love that these two animals showed up for you.
Fuck yeah. Wow. I like that. Good shit, horsey.
And then I got the Sun card, which is like one of the best cards that you can get. Which also to me definitely like represents Ochun, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, the Sun card basically represents like the sun is going to be shining on your endeavors, on your life. Like, things are gonna start looking up, things are gonna brighten up. And then I got the woman card and the dog card.
My girl's fucking the dogs. What's a woman card and a dog card mean?
Don't you have a dog?
Am I a dog and I want more bitches? No, I have 2 dogs. We got 2 dogs last year.
Yeah, I remember you getting, yeah. So
that's amazing.
So what to me represents this basically is like, but the dog card also represents, because the woman card just represents like a woman in your energy, but the dog card actually represents loyalty, like friendship, just like someone that always has your back, someone that you can really like rely on, really, like you just know that this person is going to be with you through thick and thin, like just like a true companion.
Now I just got to figure out if that's my girl or my dogs. We're gonna
I'm
learn.
gonna go with both maybe, because they came up next to each other.
I think my dogs clinically are predisposed to being on my side, so it might be about her. Let's hope.
And like even like the way like the card is like she's looking at the dog
with a titty out too. Talk about it.
Yeah, she's ready. Maybe she's ready to breastfeed. Not the dogs. I don't know, maybe, but no, yeah. I'm getting an energy here of stop worrying. Basically, stop worrying. Stop trying to micromanage everything. What I've learned on this spiritual journey is that even if it's like at the last minute, things always work out as long as you have like true belief that things are going to work out. I don't know if you've heard about the Gateway Project by the CIA.
No.
So the Gateway Project by the CIA is they basically did this whole study on we have more control over our reality than we think we do, and it's our mind is basically like this computer, and like whatever we program into it is what's gonna manifest in our reality. So the more positive thinking that we encapsulate in our lives, the more positive things are going to happen. If you're always worrying, things are going to delay, and you're going to be worried because you're always worrying. So, because people are always like, think positive thoughts, like, okay, yeah, tell me how to fucking do that, bitch. Like,
right.
Because society has conditioned me to fucking worry if I don't have a 9-to-5 and I don't have insurance, like, but.
No, the world hasn't made up its mind, because like half the planet is like, stop having fear. That's you against you. And then the other half of the world's like, but mental illness is okay. It's like, well, wait, which one is it? Can I take control of my mind or can I not?
Right. So we can control our mind, but it's taking your power back and being like, no, like, and pushing those negative thoughts out, whichever way you find. I'm totally hippy dippy, like positive affirmations. I meditate. I do all that shit. Like I talk to myself in the mirror and tell myself I'm the shit, Like,
no, that's you practicing your set, and you're supposed to. So my phone's telling me my storage is full, so I think I'm at inches away from having to conclude that.
I think we're done. Like I'm kind of getting like the same energy. Like
we're gonna do this again, but I'm gonna have you read Billy. I don't know if you've seen Billy's like the guest I have most often. He's just a Dominican pile of nonsense. He was on an MTV show, a reality show. It's a funny story. But there goes my battery, so my video's done. So it's only audio from here forward, which is fine.
Okay.
Which is fine, and yeah, and so I want to have his cards read, because if anyone is still trying to find themselves and will be into his mid-60s, it'll be Billy. So we'll have you read his cards. Oh, I cannot wait for this. This is actually super exciting. So we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, let's do it. Did you enjoy it? How did you feel about it?
Oh, I love it. I feel like it was completely on my side. I love it. And now I think I understand why people can do this on a daily.
Yeah, some people actually get really addicted. I have repeat customers that like come to me like at least once a month.
If anything good happens to me in the next like 3-4 days, you are gonna need to call the police, because I'm gonna be in your shit, and I'm gonna need you like fucking 5 days a week. Your children are gonna have like their ribs out with like flies in their eyes, like we need to eat, and I'm like, I need to know about tomorrow. So thank you so much. I've learned a lot.
My pleasure. That was a lot of fun. That was definitely
About
one
me.
of the most funniest readings I've done.
One of the most funniest. I'll come back with a Rosetta Stone for the next episode.
Thank you.
Yo, so what's your Instagram? Spell it out for me. I also want to show people how your name is like 17 Puerto Rican vowels assembled.
Okay, so my comedy one or my
both of them. You got Loose Shadows.
Loose Shadows, which is like a LUZ SHADOWSS, and then my comedy is Anaeli Comedy, ANAELI Comedy.
Thank you for spelling it out because you said Anaeli, like it's Anaeli.
I have to.
I'm not.
I don't know. Kind of, like even like when I do the open mics, the hosts that are like Latinos say Anaeli Martinez, and then like the white people are like
Anaeli.
Yeah, Anaeli. I'm like,
I
told you to say my name like 5 times. You're racist.
It builds character. It's why you're the woman you are today.
Oh, for sure. I use that as material on stage all the time.
Yeah, you don't want to have like a regular Puerto Rican name like Denus Mauri or something.
Right.
Till the next one. I hope you enjoyed your debut Gramanica Studios episode.
That was a fantastic debut. I couldn't have asked for a better introduction.
I'm glad. Amazing. I look forward to showing you this. So
yes, I can't wait to see it.
Baby girl, very soon. We'll talk.
Yes.
De inmediato. Gramanica Studios. Till the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, mama. A lot of technology is involved in my making this in any way close to successful. So we're gonna see what editing looks like because I feel good right after a reading like that. My dick is 11 pounds, and I'm gonna go see my girl. I hear jazz piano in the living room, so I'm gonna go see my girlfriend. I'm gonna go hammer on her cervix, and then I'm gonna get to editing this, and hopefully we get some sort of content that's usable. Thanks again for watching Gramanica Studios. We're gonna read Billy's cards on the next one. I fucking hope so. My boy needs guidance. Gramanica.